Welcome back in, you guys. Okay, let's get right into it. We're going to talk astrology. All right. We got a very interesting weekend coming up. All right. We're going to get into it in tomorrow's reading for the energy check-in. But me just looking into the transits right now, just going over what the weekend looks like, it looks like the intensity starts tomorrow, where right after midnight, stepping into the 4th, which is Venus's day, all right, here on this Friday, we've got a lot of inconjunctions happening, meaning quincunx, lots of discord, all right after midnight tonight, okay? So we already are more so wrapped up with the energy of the opposition of Chiron and Aries. There's no other transits that are happening as of right now, but they will start after midnight. All right, so I'm going to share them with you guys. We have in tomorrow's energy overall 1, 2, 3, 4 energies of quincunx. One of them is going to be with the moon quincunx over to Uranus. So you got to remember, anytime we're dealing with the moon in Libra, we're like halfway midpoint to the astrological wheel, right? Like in a month of a moon cycle, all right? Anytime the moon is in Libra, it will always quincunx to the energy of either the 2nd and or the 12th house, because Libra is opposition to Aries energy, right? So then when tomorrow we ingress into the sign of Scorpio, it will always have in conjunctions with either the energy that is of Gemini and or of Aries. And we have planetary transits happening here, right? So this is more so speaking about discord for the weekend. Not that it's just all negative, because there is some positivity there. All right. We're going to get into it. I feel like it doesn't start happening up until we really hit water energy that we're going to start seeing the actual trines takes place. All right. So Venus will trine Saturn tomorrow. On Saturday, we will see the moon in Scorpio trine over to Saturn. We'll see the moon in Scorpio then trine over to Mars in Cancer, water energy, right? And then on Sunday, we'll see the moon trine over to Neptune in Pisces. All right, but let's talk about tomorrow. So the moon is going to quincunx Uranus right after midnight tonight, okay? 12:55 a.m. and it's going to happen at the planetary hour of Mercury. All right. Just about 2 hours later, we're going to see Mercury quincunx to Saturn at 2:46 a.m. at the planetary hour of the moon. Then we're going to see the moon quincunx Neptune at 29 degrees at 3:38 a.m. at the planetary hour of Saturn. All right. And then we're going to see the moon square over to Pluto in Capricorn at around 6:40 a.m. at the planetary hour of the sun. And then we're going to have the very last quincunx energy of the day pertaining to the moon then being in Scorpio over to the North Node in Aries at about 7 degrees at 8:49 p.m. at night. What I mean here is that early morning, it's a shit show. Discord completely all the way around. All right, so it's given moon in Libra, Mercury in Libra, which is all about what? Relationships, contracts. Tomorrow's Venus's day. It's payday. Expect some shit to go wrong, okay? I'm just saying. Expect something to go wrong. All right. Anytime the moon in Libra is quincunx over to Uranus in Taurus, it's more so asking for you to, and Uranus is in retrograde, Saturn's in retrograde, Neptune's in retrograde, Pluto is in retrograde. These are all transits that are taking place where the retrograde periods are. There's a lot of reviewing happening here. All right. Welcome in, you guys. There's a lot of review happening here with just the energy of the moon in Libra and Mercury in Libra. So it can be wherever it is that you've been trying to be influential, because Mercury in Libra brings in that energy. The moon in Libra could mean more so like in companionship, meaning in partnerships, in relationships, things like that. All right. So, and where I'm seeing these planetary hours hour of Mercury, which is in Libra, right? The planetary hour of the moon, which is in Libra. Saturn, which is in Pisces, all right, where it's going to quincunx to Neptune, which is also in Pisces. And then we've got the moon square Pluto at the planetary hour of the sun, which is in Libra. This is all the same energy, just looking at it in a different way. What it's causing is discord, opposition. I mean, not opposition, tension. And then we're looking at more discord. All right. Just early tomorrow morning. All the way up until about 6:40 a.m. Now, we don't officially start the top of the day. I always tell you guys it starts with the planetary hour of that day. So tomorrow's Venus's day. We won't see the planetary hour of Venus start up until about 7:01 a.m. And then at 7:23 a.m. we ingress into the moon in Scorpio. All right. So that's the astrology of just tomorrow. Through the weekend, once again, we're going to see Venus in Scorpio, conjunct the energy of the moon in Scorpio. All right. We're going to have those trines with water energy. But again, anytime we look at any planetary transits that are quincunxing in conjunct, all right, meaning they're 5 houses apart, I believe it's going to be about 150 degrees apart, meaning it's bringing in discord. We also, in tomorrow's energy, not only just that do we have going on, but we do have lots of sesquiquadrate energies, which also mean there's the energy of feeling like something's wrong in the energy. Can't quite put your finger on it. All right. 1, 2, 3. I'm seeing 3 sesquiquadrate energies here. All right. So as I looked it up, and I'm like, what does exactly a sesquiquadrate mean in energy overall? It says it can indicate cranky energy with neither planet interested in working together. So that one technically is 135 degrees apart, meaning, a little bit less than 5 houses apart. Still in that energy, but they still do not work well together. All right, so it says what's recommended is facing things honestly and practicing the energy of moderation and control. All right, things that you cannot control, do not try to control tomorrow at all. Okay, anytime there's a discord, leave it alone, because it's going to cause slight tension. That's what it is. All right, that's in tomorrow's energy overall. Now let's look into some Sabian symbols and where these actually are taking place. I'll read them out. So the moon quincunx Uranus will happen at 15 degrees. So we're going to look at Libra at the 15th degree. Circular paths. It says finding serenity in cycles. Nature gives us the motto of how best to live from year to year. Serene realization of the cycles of creation and destruction. The cyclical nature of life is a given. The seasons come and go, day breaks and night falls, and we have no possibility of entirely escaping them. It is not only society that requires a firm rhythm to operate, we do too. At first, we are challenged to fit in and conform to society's cycles, yet later we must surely go against them to resist both boredom and unconscious enslavement, dancing to another's tune. Yet beyond that is another wisdom, and that is to find a way to align our own path with external rhythms, to resonate with the environment and social group around us. This, in the end, is what brings in peace beyond belief. All right, so this one speaks about congruity. It says the incorruptible core of our being makes mind and heart congruent. Whatever occurs, we all stay true at center. It really is an extraordinary fact of life that the inner core of our unique self can withstand all the comings and goings without contamination or corruption. All right, so whatever seems to be cyclical, it says it's as though our life path is more like a wheel than an arrow, and we repeatedly relive the same dramas interminably. So it's kind of giving me the energy of like something going round and round and round, and you kind of know what's happening here, but why is it happening? It's just due to the energy. Okay, and I'm telling you what it is. So Uranus and Taurus at its fall, that's finances. It happens to be beauty, whatever it is that you value. Could be pertaining to possessions, all right? Just could be one's self-esteem and or lacking confidence, all right? Because when it's at a quincunx, it's at discord. Saturn, it's discipline, it's structure, it's authority, and the energy of the emotional state. Pisces, right? So this could be where like late tonight, 2:46 a.m., you might just wake up out of your dreams feeling like you can't really get the communication that you want because it's quincunx to Mercury's energy in Libra. Libra's energy is an air sign. Mercury's energy wants communication through actual talking, not through the subconscious state. You see what I'm saying? Then we're looking at the energy of Neptune, where the imagination is in quincunx to the same energy with the moon in Libra. What's influencing these energies is the transit that's taking place within these two. That's the way I'm looking at it. All right. So let's move forward. Let's look at, what was that? 15 degrees of the moon in Libra. Let's look at Uranus at 15 degrees in Taurus. One second. Why did I say that was happening at 15 degrees? Uranus is not at 15 degrees. It's at 27. Oh, that's why. Got you. Let's see. So Mercury and Libra. That's what I was looking at. All right, cool. So let's do Saturn in Pisces at 15 degrees. So this is an officer preparing to drill his men and rehearsing how to use power. It says neither recklessness nor fearfulness nor even overcautious modesty is appropriate when power is at play. Even overcautious modesty is appropriate when power is at play. Disciplined preparation to develop group consciousness. Before being able to close any cycle in life fully, there must be an evaluation of what has occurred, a balancing of accounts, and the facing of karma. When this is externalized into life events, we must expect to encounter some significant danger, a danger that has so far been perpetually and forever avoided. By anticipating this, we can make careful arrangements, planning and equipping ourselves as best as we can for certainty of immense challenges. It is better to take instruction and focus very clearly before we encounter our nemesis. All right, so this one speaks about preciseness. It says, by making the best of things, we can bring meaning and even adventure to common situations. This one says, an officer preparing to drill his men is an image of an outer world event that seems to be lacking meaning. Yet, of course, its meaning lies in the purpose it serves, in this case, to develop preciseness. In every life situation, things are exactly as they are, and we have to deal with that reality precisely as it is, rather than how we would have it to be. We must trust that it is exactly how it needs to be for our best purposes at this moment. So it says there is observed in many people a self-betraying desire for hierarchy of allegiance in which the self is lost, blindly and completely given over to an external authority. Soldiers are examples of this. So it's like, hello, this is Saturn's energy, right? Saturn is structure, it's discipline, it's those that are able to deal with this type of energy. But then it's speaking more so about how to prepare to use your power, remain in control, right? All right, let's look at Neptune at 29 degrees. Because then the moon is going to quincunx to that energy at about 3:38 a.m. So let's look at the moon in Libra first at the 29th degree. Says humanity seeking to bridge the span of knowledge. All right, so involvement in humanity's evolution of wisdom. We take from our ancestors and pass to our descendants and thus co-create the flowing and flowering of knowledge. So this is going to be for those that are seeking knowledge, right? All right, so one of the most splendid of human characteristics is that we have conscious awareness of and intention to be a given link of the chain that binds past to future, ancestors to descendants. This comes out of our sense of being part of something greater than ourselves, and indeed truly great. This is an aspect of our participation in life and a real guard against the desolation of loneliness that accompanies selfishness. This one speaks about rationality. It says, meaning comes when we find the pattern that connects the various aspects of our lives. We gain knowledge by bridging the gap between the known and the unknown. Each individual's faith in their own powers of reasoning generally proves itself as they seek to further their range of experience. For example, when they connect with a different world or culture. We all have special gifts, and our lives represent the rationality of our belief in those unique gifts. As we present these talents and understandings to the world, we require some sort of recognition. We want to be valued for our skills and insight. All right? But it's coming through with the energy of a quincunx. Where, yes, the moon in Libra wants you to be more so influential to other people. All right? But Neptune's energy is more so like having to just utilize the imagination in order to express that creatively. Again, this is going to be during the time, wherever you are in the world, for me here, this is why we're supposed to be sleeping, right? So the energy will probably wake you up, especially the energy of the square that happens at 6:40 a.m. Because there's tension here. It's discord. It's not comfortable. Okay. We're speaking about, again, 7th house energy. All right. 7th house energy. What am I looking at here? This one is the moon in Libra at, what was it? That was the moon in Libra at 29 degrees. Now we're going to look at Pisces, in which is quincunxing to the 29th degree of Pisces. And this one is a prism. Seeing God in everything. There are two directions that concern us deeply, whether we are looking for God or looking as if through God's eyes, simultaneously looking for God and looking through God's eyes. The white light is divided into a diversity of rainbow colors by a raindrop or a prism, and shows clearly the allegory of the relationship between the one and the many. Isn't this what we've been seeking for? The understanding of the relationship with God. God chose to express itself as diversity, the creator that created a multiplicity of facets of itself. We cannot therefore ever expect to end our evolutionary journeys, since God itself is not static. The creator is creative and so always changing in its expression like a kaleidoscope. So life itself therefore requires differentiation. We do not know God only by surrendering the self. We need also to express the self creatively, right? So again, it's giving that Neptunian energy where you're supposed to be utilizing the imagination to get creative. All right, let's look at the moon at the last degree of Libra, which would be that 30-degree mark. 3 mounds of knowledge on a philosopher's head. Wisdom of knowledge. We can see wisdom as both truth and love, which requires a deep understanding of human nature and the context of life circumstances, using knowledge as a platform to develop your wisdom. So knowledge is not wisdom. It is, of course, a necessary aspect, but without understanding it can be dry and or even dangerous. A full and complete wisdom must involve experience and embodiment, a sense of human implications of a theoretical concept, and an acknowledgement of the interconnectedness of all things. The philosopher who has nothing to offer but logic is never likely to reach the realm of truth to any situation or idea. All right, so it's pre-science, it says. Seeing the future requires an accurate appraisal of the past. The philosopher's metaphor points to our human faculty for analytical thinking, and the 3 mounds of knowledge can be seen as our skills, allegiances, and ideals. These are the aspects of mind that formulate our perceptions, and upon them we build our structures of reality. What may be and what must be are different qualities of the future, and, at least to some extent, each is somewhat knowable. We develop an exceptional gift to further our designs what we learn how to exploitate when we learn how to exploitate patterns from the past to gain knowledge of what is probably coming in the near future. All right. So that's going to be the moon in Libra at the 30th degree. And then we're looking at the Pluto energy in Capricorn at the 30th degree, in which this square is happening. So the tension lies pertaining to a business secret conference. All right. A secret business conference. By the way, anytime the moon is in Libra, it's associated to business conferences. All right. Business meetings. Now, remember, this is the energy of a square, so there's tension here, especially because the moon in Libra at the 30th degree is speaking about wisdom of your knowledge. The amount of knowledge is showing me a man's face with 3 layers of knowledge on his forehead, okay? Lots of knowledge, wisdom, but it has to be through experience, all right? That's what it's saying. So a secret business conference with Capricorn at the 30th degree, in which the square is taking place. Highest level of social influence. Now, I just said the moon in Libra has a very influential energy to it, pertaining to those that you have partnerships with, business with. It can be more so like a companion, whatever it is, okay? It says society is structured hierarchically, and there are small groups of people who secretly direct the course of history. In the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Great power comes when we can see what others do not see. We can grasp opportunity, avoid calamity and inconvenience, and influence people and make sound decisions for ourselves. A group of highly awakened individuals together form the ruling executive power over the world affairs, notwithstanding the rise and the fall of political fashions, nations, and economic blocs. These can see what the masses do not see. 2 sides must exist of the phenomenon. The dark aspect is revealed as a satanic elite that selfishly controls the wealth and laws of the world. There is also a hierarchy of light beings equally powerful, yet focused on keeping open the path to freedom and complete realization. We need to choose which group to offer our attention to. All right. So then we move into the moon in Scorpio. And this one happens more so with the quincunx energy, the discord. This one will happen at around 7 degrees of Scorpio at 8:49 p.m. tomorrow evening. All right. This one speaks about deep sea divers and how you're meant to turn within. So the seeker that seeks the wealth of the inner world with the same degree of enthusiasm as others seek gold. All right. So one is seeking more so enthusiasm. Others are seeking gold, materialistic shit. Okay. So it says turning within to contemplate the nature of life and self. An equivalent passion to the need for outer experiences is felt for inner understandings. Depth psychology is as little explored and understood as the depth of the ocean. It is a recent development in human knowledge. It says, yet on the path, it is seen that a major aspect of our attention is drawn to find out how other people operate, what they feel, what motivates them, and what they believe in. Without discovering these things in others, we cannot come to know ourselves. So the 8th house, in which Scorpio rules, technically is associated to psychology, understanding the depths of your emotions and how to face your fears, right? Let's see what it speaks about. It says involvement. Deep involvement in life comes from plumbing the depths of our experiences. So once again, the wisdom and the knowledge that you have, that you're learning about here, has to go through the energy of experiences. All right, so it says the relatively recent focus on the hidden workings of the mind in psychotherapy shows how we all have aspects of our personality that we are reluctant, often afraid to examine. The image of a diver conveys the sense of one who is truly willing to get to the bottom of the emotional questions. The impulse indicates a person of true integrity. Such an enthusiasm to plumb the watery depths of all emotion will inevitably lead to an intensity of involvement with people. This approach is not always comfortable for others, and without moderation can lead us to become disliked and therefore perhaps somewhat antisocial. So this is going to force people to be spread apart tomorrow. All right. So once again, the energies are not working well. Quincunx is discord. Squares is tension. We're coming out of ending today with the energy of opposition to where one is meant to be healing at this time with Chiron and Aries, right? Now, moving into Saturday, I don't know because I haven't looked into the exact times and where this is all happening. All right, but we do have, speaking of the emotional state with the moon in Scorpio, the trines that are happening with Saturn and Mars and Neptune through the weekend. So whatever positivity, good luck, fortune, whatever, you know, because trines bring in good energy, right? Auspicious energy. The energy will then shift. Tomorrow's the shit show. Just saying. Now, depending on where these transits takes place in your sun, your moon, your rising, however you want to look at it, this is where you need to focus. All right. So we'll see. Anytime the moon is in Scorpio, it will oppose Uranus that is in retrograde in Taurus. All right. So that's going to happen on Sunday. We'll then see Mercury in Libra that's going to square over to Mars in Cancer on Sunday. And there's still more discord through the weekend, as well as with the opposition to Uranus and Taurus. All right, we're going to see the sun in Libra with a quincunx to Saturn in Pisces, as well as the moon in Scorpio quincunx over to Jupiter in Gemini. Again, 5 houses apart. And then we're going to see it quincunx to Chiron in Aries as well. I'm sure on Saturday it will quincunx to the energy of the North Node. Has already happened. That one's happening tomorrow. Yep. All right, so this one, once again at the 7th degree, let's look at the moon in Aries. I'm sorry, the North Node in Aries, in which this quincunx is going to happen at the 7th degree. Let's see. A man successfully expressing himself in 2 realms at once, living both sides of each situation, waking up to life's inherent polarities and possibilities, and the extension of your possibilities. All right. It says, in contrast to our single pointedness and willingness to fit in is our ability and capacity to hold alive and vibrant 2 polarities of life, each of which brings joy. Taken together, they explain the complexity of our human experience and our relationship to such dualities pertaining to spiritual and or material, the energy of self pertaining to communities as well as with magical and or religious energies. All right. So this one speaks about proficiency. It says mastering how to focus our attention brings competence in all of the many realms of existence. The nature of reality is not made clear to us except insofar as we are able to create for ourselves a well-defined identity. This clarity of identity progresses in direction or in direct proportion to degree of proficiency that we develop as we learn how to control events. It is wrong to assume passively that there exists in secret a complete and detailed version of self and that our life's purpose is to uncover it. Identity is created out of a never-ending succession of choices. It does not exist at all except when making these choices. These can be choices of action and or of perception, doing and or of being. And they arise out of what we do with the focus of our attention. So once again, I'm seeing like a heavy influence here on communication, a heavy influence on this energy of Saturn and Neptune being in retrograde. Again, in Pisces, it's the water energy and where we're supposed to get creative, utilizing the imagination. But then Pluto is like you have to pick a side. So the choices in which we're speaking about the North Node here and how to be able to live or understanding both sides of a situation in polarity is of significance. All right. So that's the astrology of the weekend, you guys. Well, hold on a second. Welcome in, you guys. Well, by the way, I don't read too many comments anymore, you guys. So if you want to leave a positive comment, leave it after I'm done the live and I'll read it. But I won't be responding to anybody that sends messages on here. All right, because we always have lots of trolls and I don't never catch the positive comments. All right, so I won't try to shut them up or delete them. I don't have time for that. And I don't like to be distracted during my readings. All right, but I'm going to pull a spread real quick. We'll see what comes out. A bee flew into the kitchen today while I was cooking. So I'm going to pull my bee tarot deck. I haven't used it in a while. Let's just see what comes out. All right. 1 second. All right, let's get deeper into this message here. That's what flew out. The guide. Inheritance and correction, it says. Seeing a bunch of keys on there. I just said the last transit for today was the energy of Chiron in opposition to the moon in Libra. All right, and that one took place, I believe we spoke about that energy earlier. The 22nd degree of Aries. And the gate to the Garden of Desire. I won't read it again. You guys can run back to the, what was my last reading? The Astrological, I believe it was. All right, so the Queen is here. It says determination and sacrifice. And then the Sailor's here with new influences and wanderlust. Down at the bottom of the deck is the Orator. All right, speaking about communication and confidence. Let's read these out. It says, beneath the thundering echo of a waterfall, a bell rings, clear and compelling, commanding the attention of all close enough to hear. Almost without thinking, you feel your feet turn you towards the waters and the figure beneath. The guide has inherited their position, and the path they walk has been predetermined. It is their role to correct the mistakes made by their predecessors and set things to rights. You're in a situation that isn't ideal, but it's up to you to make the most of it. Holding a grudge against what led you here won't achieve anything. It's time to accept the cards you've been dealt. Once you're on the other side of this, you'll be better placed to reflect on what you've learned from the experience. But for now, it's time to put in some hard work and push through. On the reverse side of this card, it says, after a long struggle to put things right, not helped by others, you have found confidence in your ability to overcome whatever's next. So take a moment to congratulate yourself on your perseverance and make room in your life for the next challenge. Let's see. As I split the deck, 9 of Cups and the Hangman. Heavy Pisces energy there. So we were just speaking about, all right, the Sabian symbol, that was the prism. All right, and then how to, what was the other one? Rehearsing how to use your power. So there's been something here, obviously. It's the wisdom that you have, the knowledge that you haven't inherited. All right, let's see moving forward. Yeah, I'm feeling like you got a shitload of keys, okay? A lot of keys. I'm feeling like you have the possibility to heal a lot of people. That's Chiron energy there. Just by ringing that bell. Magician. I'm seeing the Nine of Swords. Two of Cups. Wow. The King of Swords. The Princess of Swords. The Empress. The King of Wands. We have the High Priestess here. Six of Pentacles. And the King of Jars. Well, damn. We got a King of Swords here, a King of Wands here, a King of Jars here. The only one that's missing is the King of Pentacles. But the way that it came out with the Princess of Swords directly next to this King of Swords, it's almost, again, it's almost like the elder left behind the knowledge. And this young princess has turned into the Empress. That's crazy. Which then led this Empress to turn into a person of leadership. This is energy. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's masculine. All right, it's Sagittarius' energy. It's the knowledge. The High Priestess, all right, the knowledge of what is the unseen, all right, and there we're seeing how it's being reciprocated through the energy of spirit, through the energy of love, all right, in which you're meant to guide others to come onto the same path, all right, the path of spiritual union with the Two of Cups, the Nine of Swords for those that have been struggling to face their fears and accept that they have been keeping themselves trapped in a way of thinking. All right, so the Magician is more so saying that what's to be manifested here is to utilize this quality of the wisdom, the knowledge, all right, and how that's meant to be reciprocated back out to the universe. So again, it's giving the energy of the guide. All right. It's pretty cool energy there. Pisces, Taurus, Gemini. Now, these are all energies that are going to be in quincunx tomorrow, early morning, with the energy of the moon. All right, so the moon will be quincunxed over to Uranus and Taurus, Empress energy, discord, over to Neptune and Saturn and Pisces, discord, and with the moon in Scorpio over to Gemini, discord. See what I'm saying? And how the energy speaks for itself. It's telling you clearly here. There's a lot going on in this energy. And what's supposed to be given to those that seek the knowledge. It will come from the person that is the ancestor. Someone that is meant to be a leader. All right, a public speaker. Through the energy of communication. It came out here, the orator. All right. Now, once again, this Page of Swords has become the Queen. This is the following card. I'll read into it. But it's giving the Empress energy. All right. And this King of Cups is more so going to be the energy of love and support from the divine, pertaining to the spiritual union, and where everyone is supposed to come in and understand what's happening in the energy. Got the Hierophant down here at the bottom of the deck. All right, so heavy spiritual here. Where's my High Priestess? It's been coming out all day. It came out in earlier's reading, like back to back. As I pull the cards, they're all like right there. You know what I mean? So this is like collaborating. Three of Pentacles. And putting in the work. All right, to make a difference in the world. Two of Wands. Yeah, Two of Swords. It's like helping people make the choice to move forward in positivity. In order to help them face their fears. Nothing to be afraid of. There's opportunity there for everyone. All right, let's see. So the Queen. All right, it says the throne room is an austere affair lined with tapestries and portraits of past rulers. At the far end, the throne commands attention. It represents power and the sacrifices made by those who have sat on it. Occupying it now is the queen, sitting tall and proud, ready for a day full of difficult decisions. But this is a position that they have worked hard to reach, and they will not shy away from the responsibilities that have come in the wake of their ambition. You've let a lot of things behind in order to get to where you are now, but regretting your decision will only tarnish the glory of what you've achieved. There will be more of these challenges in the future. Come to terms with the fact that achieving your goals is worth all of them. Reversed, the queen indicates situations where a sacrifice has been made, but nothing has been gained in return. No matter how much time, focus, or energy you have put into a task, nothing has turned out as you intended. You may need to reassess your approach or accept the fact that sometimes there is no equivalent exchange. All right, so this is giving Libra energy. All right. Libra's energy in tarot would be seen as almost like the Queen of Swords. So if you are the guide and you're more so trying to bring corrections into spirituality, right? Remaining determined with what that is, Tower wants to be seen clearly. All right. You may be sacrificing more than what you're getting back, is what it's saying. All right. Well, I don't feel like you're lacking in anything at all. Not that you're lacking the knowledge and or the wisdom. All right. But you may be sacrificing a little bit too much. Whether it's your time, your energy, your resources, whatever it may be. All right. Let's see. By the way, this is Scorpio's energy. All right. Let's see. The Emperor. The Tower and the Emperor. That's heavy Mars energy. Which, by the way, we'll try in this weekend. With the Moon in Scorpio. We just spoke about that. All right. So something unexpected is going to happen this weekend here. All right. This is giving me the Moon in Scorpio. Quincunx over to the North Node in Aries energy. 1 second. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm feeling. So that's where it's going to be tomorrow at, what was it? 8:49 p.m. And where we were speaking about the energy of the North Node at 7 degrees. With the whole man successfully expressing himself at 2 realms at once. I feel like you might be pulled in 2 different, directions here. It's like you're sacrificing too much of yourself. And then the Moon in Scorpio is where we were speaking about where you had to turn within. So seeking the wealth of the inner world rather than where others are seeking gold is what it was speaking about. So what you seek is your spirituality from within. 4 of Wands. Whatever you feel committed to. Side note. Unexpectedly, there's this Emperor energy that wants marriage. Just saying. Because I see it. It's almost like the Empress is attracting the energy of the Emperor. That's what it's feeling like. Yeah, it's reciprocity. It's kind of giving me, once again, the polarity of this whole Aries and Libra opposition and what we've been seeing here ever since we stepped into this solar eclipse energy. Six of Wands. Wow. I feel like, again, I feel this Emperor energy, shockingly, is attracted to exactly what it is that you have. This determination, like you are the queen they're looking for. They're putting you on the throne. Here it's showing like you're sitting on this horse. It's like wanting to provide everything. Like an equal give and take in this energy overall. Like being able to understand both sides of a situation. That's Libra's energy, right? And cutting out what no longer serves. So if you're sacrificing and you're not getting anything back, then it could be that you're attracting the wrong energy around you. Something like this. Now we've got the Prince of Swords here. Why? I just heard he's coming in to save the day. And the energy of the sun comes out. All right. So whereas earlier we saw the Princess of Swords, in which is then has the knowledge and ends up turning into the energy of, right, by having the knowledge of the ancestor. The King of Swords is the way we saw it. All right. Has turned into the energy of the Empress. Now it's like, shockingly, the masculine is seeking exactly this, right? Because in polarity, you've got to be able to see things and be in both realms at once, okay? So it's like your masculine and your feminine energy wants to come and reunite in marriage. I don't know if you guys can see those two little people in the background there running together. It's kind of what it feels like. The masculine and the feminine coming together. All right? It feels like the spiritual union, like, stuck together. And it's because the Empress sits in the energy of the spotlight. Now, the Prince of Swords, all right, the one that has learned from their elder, which I'm going to say is going to be the more, you know, the elder masculine, is now understanding their path with the energy of the sun. All right. Has been influenced by the queen, should I say. Right? Here's the sun in the background of this boat. Here's the illumination of the orator. All right, where the knowledge is like, hello, it's being communicated. All right, due to the energy of the determination and the sacrifice of this queen, here we have someone else stepping into the energy of their confidence. And this is what happened once it was more so inherited by those that were in, you know, the elder. All right, the knowledge from the elder. We've been speaking about this energy for like 2 days now. It's just in the energy. Whatever. All right. Let's get into, hold on. Let me pull 3 more cards here. The Star. All right. Aquarius' energy could be of significance. I have Aries here, Scorpio, Leo. The 3 of Wands is here. And the Princess of Pentacles. Feeling like what this is giving me is like the star coming right next to the energy of the sun. That's a big deal. All right, star card is Aquarius' energy, very intellectually like on point, right? Tapped in with the ethers. Has all the wisdom and the knowledge. Continues to make progress and gains new skills. All right, continuously influencing more people. It's like you're shocking the shit out of whoever this Emperor energy is. The Magician is back. All right. So it's like having all tools. 5 of Wands down on the bottom of the deck. That's just giving me the energy of how to end some sort of discord. The World card is coming out as well. What's been inherited, once again, is the knowledge and how to correct situations around you. Remaining determined, but not sacrificing too much. All right, let's look at the Sailor. It says, seagulls wheel and calls as a ship cuts through the water, skimming over gleaming waves and pods of spinning dolphins. The sailor breathes a deep lungful of sea air and smiles The sea is vast and beautiful, but their thoughts are of a cottage back in Citadel, of a cozy fire and a warm embrace, and they realize that there are some things worth dropping anchor for. The sailor represents two possibilities: the familiar shores of home and the yearning for distant lands. You may be craving a change of pace, however big or small, and the current moment might be the perfect one to start afresh. But whatever you do to satisfy your cravings, don't forget the importance of your origins. So when you choose to leave home, meaning the energy of your comfort, meaning what you've learned from your ancestors and where you were rooted, okay? On the reverse side, it says, a storm has grounded your ship, leaving you feeling trapped and restless. A difficult time may lie ahead, so even though you're eager for a change of scenery or a new venture, now might not be the best time to pursue it. Don't make a break for freedom at the first opportunity. Acting made impulsively now won't work out in your favor. Why do I feel like I want to challenge what that says? Because we're in new moon energy. New influences, to be specific. Right? And I'm seeing Piscean energy here because I'm seeing like heavy fish on the bottom. And we were speaking about the energy of the discord that's taking place with the moon in Libra over to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, both in retrograde. So there's a review of one's emotions. And again, we spoke even about when the moon steps into Scorpio, how you're meant to step into the depths of your emotions. So what's been inherited here through the energy of the knowledge that's being poured down, I'm seeing the door, all right, with all the water coming down. And the way that the queen has sacrificed so much through understanding, right? The Ace of Swords is what I see there. She's been crowned with the energy of knowledge. It's like, how can you influence other people, right? I don't feel like you need to change what you're doing at all. Not at all. Not right now. I feel like if anything, it's just getting started. Because the orator here, it says communication and confidence. All right, so let's pull on it. Let's see, the spirit feel that it's the best thing for you to change direction or continue pushing forward. Just saw the Fool card. It's calling for a new journey. Princess of Swords is back with the Prince of Pentacles. There might be an opportunity to learn a new skill pertaining to what you do already. If you do some sort of like public speaking. All right, because you're very knowledgeable. It came out earlier with the King of Cups, the King of Wands, King of Swords. Very knowledgeable. The Death card is here with the Queen of Swords. Interesting. You might be called in for something new. Okay? You might be called in for something new. Queen of Cups. Ace of Cups. Might be something pertaining to the emotional state in which you're, okay. So let's say you were being a little bit too logical about something. Maybe now it's time to start stepping into the, the energy of the emotions. And again, we're speaking about how we're coming out of this moon in Libra and heading into the moon in Scorpio. The moon is energy, you guys. It's your emotional state. All right, so now it's showing me water and where something auspicious is meant to come through it. We're trying to Mars in Cancer and and Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces with this moon in Scorpio. And then it's actually going to conjunct with the energy of Venus in Scorpio as well. So the conjunction is going to be like an expansion of water energy. It's showing me the Rebirth card. All right, so that's Judgment. Five of Cups. Star card. Eight of Cups. The Sun. Seven of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Feel like you've had victory already where you were. Princess of Swords, Ace of Wands, and Queen of Wands. All right, makes sense. Three of Swords. You're celebrating already. So what's happening here, and your goal is to be able to release. Five of Cups, whatever, is giving you a sense of feeling like you're at loss with something. All right. And or having to reconcile with something that you feel is still the need to put in work. I feel like right now you're in the energy of the sun. You're in the highlight of whatever you're doing here. Clearly. You've got the Ace of Wands out here, the energy of the sun. You're very passionate about it. You're very, like, in the spotlight. You've had a victory already. But it's what's asking you is, like, do you continue to invest with the Seven of Pentacles? Or do you walk away? Eight of Cups. Maybe you walked away from something that didn't serve you in the past. And now this is why you're super focused. Where you turn from the Page of Swords to the damn Queen, like, immediately. It's because of your confidence. Which is the next card that I'm going to bring out. It's whatever you're communicating out to the world. It's putting you in the spotlight of being a star. Somebody has busty cheeks. No. Just kidding. All right. Feeling like something didn't serve you, and that's what walked away. Because I'm seeing a masculine walk out this door here. By the way, Eight of Cups is the energy of Saturn and Pisces. We were speaking more so about that energy. An officer preparing to drill his men. Somebody could have left it like to the army or something. Just saying. Side note, because that's what I just felt. But it said, before being able to close any cycle in life fully, there must be an evaluation of what has occurred, a balancing of accounts, and the facing of karma. But it doesn't look like it's negative. It's so positive, it's ridiculous. Okay? I've got the Rebirth card here, which speaks about ascension. I've got the star card here as the goal. You've had the Sun in the current position. The Six of Wands is already having a victory. An Ace of Wands out here, continue to push forward with lots of confidence. Queen of Wands. It looks good. Very good. So whereas the Three of Wands came out earlier, that's where we're waiting for your ships to come in. And it's almost like, do you want to continue to invest in something? Continue to sacrifice for something? Because it's basically saying, like, if you move away right now, might not be the best time to do that. You're perfectly right. We're in alignment where you're supposed to be. It's the way it's coming through, you guys. It's giving me like you've had a celebration. All right, let's look at the orator with communication and confidence. The seats of the theater curve away on either side of you, filled with a rapt audience waiting for the performance to begin. On the stage, a single figure clears their throat and begins their soliloquy. I don't want to butcher this word, you guys, and I've been learning the brand new words every day. So let's see what the hell this means. Soliloquy. An act of speaking one's thoughts aloud when by oneself or regardless of any hearers, especially by a character in a play. All right, whatever. You guys kind of get the point. The communicator here. All right. Soliloquy. Even when they're not performing, the orator speaks with complete confidence. They're never shied away from a public stage, but they're so used to reading from a script that sometimes they find themselves tongue-tied when it comes to thinking for themselves. Doubting yourself is only holding you back. It's okay if you take a little longer to think about how to voice your needs and desires. Writing a script of how to ask for these things might even benefit you here. Be confident in taking up a space and letting your voice be heard. So I'm feeling like those that aren't afraid to speak out and speak their truth. Obviously, the sword is truth, especially if they've been inherited the ability to be the guide, all right, and to sell others ashore. That's kind of what it's giving. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. It says here, reversed, someone, perhaps even you, is saying that things aren't necessarily true. Their words are what they think others want to hear, though there can be a kindness in what lies, in white lies. You'll quickly become tangled in a net of your own making. Honesty is the best policy, and if you choose your words well, a hard truth doesn't have to be difficult to hear. So who's speaking the truth? Because the truth is that you've been inherited with a specific gift here of knowledge and meant to communicate it out in confidence. Even for those that don't want to hear the shit, who cares what the hell they think, right? This is you rehearsing how to use your power that was given to you. Maybe you tell stories. I got the storyteller down here. Having different viewpoints is what that card speaks about. Eight of Cups. That's that Saturn and Pisces energy. I just told you. Rehearsing how to use your power. The gift that was given to you. I feel like others want you to walk away from this. They feel like you're... Oh, gosh. So Saturn and Pisces, you guys, it speaks about taking a loss. But you're so determined that you keep sacrificing for this. So now I'm seeing the energy of justice come out. It's almost like you're stinging yourself. By the way, justice is Libra's energy, right? And where all these quincunx are taking place. So that kind of feels like discord to me. You get stung by a fucking bee, it hurts, right? King of Pentacles is now here. The Five of Swords. That's crazy. Because as much as you want to hold on to something, I'm seeing the energy here of you've gained as much wisdom as possible. King of Pentacle energy. Something that you can take, that knowledge you can take with you long term. All right. And it kind of feels like you're more so hurting yourself by holding on to this. Because it's coming up to with the energy of having to detach with the Five of Swords. It could be that you're more so in the energy of having others trying to win at all costs. Trying to, like, how do I say this? Fight you in what you believe. All right. And then we got the Keeper here with the World card right after. It's almost like even if you had the opportunity to go after this, it ended before it even started, is what it feels like. Because people don't trust in or believe in the things that you're saying. And then I'm seeing here the energy of the Four of Swords. It's like, just take a break. Go rest on it for a minute. Oh, it's the Emperor that doesn't believe you. Two of Swords. I mean, the High Priestess. Does the Emperor not believe that you're the High Priestess? Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is a firm foundation. It's an accomplishment. Five of Jars. Does this person... Oh... The Five of Cups shows the energy. It's Mars and Scorpio. It shows endurance. All right, continuing to go after something that you want. And having like a phenomenal accomplishment and achievement there. And the Four of Pentacles speaks about accomplishment, right? Like remaining determined is what came up in the energy. And I'm seeing it's back at the Queen of Wands. So one's confidence is of significance here. Even if feeling like forced to move away, even if you're dealing with some sort of mental conflict about those that are just trying to win at all costs and cause some sort of discord in the energy again, it's like they're forcing you to go after a brand new beginning, but they're not even giving you a chance to get started. All right. The Keeper's here with the World card. It's giving a brand new beginning and an ending immediately. It's like, just go rest on it for a second. Why is Justice here as the goal? Is this people's way of stinging you back? Now, we're speaking about energy, you guys. We can't control what the universe gives, all right? I feel like this is a test and how you're supposed to remain in control right now of your emotions. My bad, I read that wrong. Spirit's like, no, you're seeing it wrong. It's you coming into the spiritual union in marriage. Got it. You've been stung by your queen bee, my masculine. My bad, I misread that. Crazy. It's back. It's giving Hangman energy. So someone had to gain a different perspective on who their Empress was. All right. King of Swords, very intelligent. Prince of Swords, kind of feeling like this person may be a little shy as well. Like they may be just as intelligent, but doesn't come out and have the confidence to be able to speak out, be the communicator, to be the public speaker. All right. Three of Pentacles. Maybe they need someone to collaborate with to be able to feel confident enough to do this. Interesting. I'm not even going to read the storyteller out because I kind of think where this is going. All right. But it's a different viewpoint of someone that has had to look at the energy of, yeah. Spirit's like, that's exactly what it is. The Ace of Swords. All right, gaining a different perspective, seeing things in clarity now. All right, seeing the specific truth about their person or this energy that's surrounded by, you know what I mean? Those that have been inherited with being the guide. Like you're the light seer. You're meant to take people on, all right, and remain determined and sacrifice more so because this is what you do. All right. One more on that Two of Jars. Two of Cups. Let me not confuse anybody. Two of Cups. The Two of Swords. Yeah. Facing the fears of coming into marriage. That's what it is. All right. Once again, it's the new moon, solar eclipse energy in Libra. Two of Swords energy. It's the decision that you need to make. Star card, Magician, and the Sun. Jeez. Insane. Very positive, you guys, overall. So listen, tomorrow when the shit show is happening after midnight, don't go batshit crazy, right? Learn how to really like sit with the energies and whatever it is that you feel at that time. Hopefully I'm sleeping, all right? Because I mean, nobody really wants to deal with that, but it's a matter of if you end up waking up out of your dreams, it's like jot down what you were dreaming about. All right. How can you utilize the messages that are coming through in the energy of the dream state? All right. And how you can communicate that out because there's messages and everything. Right. Well, it's like rehearse how to use your power. Spirit gave you a gift. Everybody has the gift of intuition. All right. Your gut feeling is telling you something. Write it down. Why do you feel that way? Something like this. Now, of course, everybody is not going to resonate with this reading because a lot of people normally don't come in when I say astrology. They all run away because it's like, what the hell is she talking about? They're not willing to listen, okay? But you've got to be confident in what you do. I know I am. Shit. All right. So that's the energy, you guys. I think I'm going to leave the reading there. And then tomorrow morning when I jump back on, we'll tap into... I normally am on around 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. If you guys want to check in then. And we'll see what the energy is actually coming through in tarot. All right. We'll probably pull some like energy deck and see what is happening more so with the current energy at that time. All right. I love you guys. Good night.